to me that from the four trends we have analyzed, there are four obvious challenges for the enterprise of Jesuit education in the 21st century. One, trying to foster a global perspective. And these are all things you were already doing. I would simply encourage you to augment those efforts. Trying to educate your students to think of themselves not merely as citizens of the United States or as members of the Catholic Church in the United States, but as citizens of the planet and members of a global family of faith. One more factoid for you. As of today, there are 1.2 billion Roman Catholics in the world, and there are 67 million Catholics in the United States, which means that we Catholics in America are exactly 6% of the global Catholic population, 6%, which means that 94% of the Catholics in the world, in important respects, are not necessarily like us. And by the way, if you ever want to know why the Pope does not get out of bed in the morning thinking American thoughts, this might have something to do with it. It's a much bigger and more complex global church out there. You have the opportunity, and I would say the challenge, of educating your students in what that means. Second, fostering a spirituality of communion. I'll come back to that in a moment. Third, acting as a support system for this burgeoning lay activism, and not just informal associations and movements or informal modes of ecclesial lay ministry, as important as all that is, but also identifying, studying, supporting all those grassroots sort of amorphous forms of guerrilla evangelism that increasingly are essential to the Catholic future. And then finally, a laboratory for interreligious and intercultural dialogue. As you know, Pope Benedict XVI, when he met with Jesuits after the most recent election of the Superior General and General Congress, he reiterated the traditional charge for the Jesuit order of being the pioneers that stand at the frontiers of culture. That has never been more critical than in this increasingly multipolar world in which global powers not formed by the Christian tradition are increasingly going to be our dialogue partners.